a life-size predator. I don't think I've ever seen a life-size predator before. I've seen a large-scale alien at one of these shows. I think it was last year. But a life-size predator standing about, well, Lord, right at 6 feet tall with all of the predator adornments. This is impressive.
Small scale predator, about a foot tall, a few years ago. And I usually build architecture, but this year I thought I'd do something different, so I challenged myself to build a life-size predator. It took around 6 months, not full time, a few hours every night. The challenge was not supporting it with steel, so it stands up on its own, and it's modular, so I can transport it in the car. So when Lego builds something this size, they reinforce it with steel and they glue the bricks. So I had to work out a way to not do that. There's a couple of challenges. It's hard to keep the arms from falling down, so lots of technique. And I've got a bit more work to do to make that look a little bit cooler, I think. The dreadlocks are probably the most recognisable thing. Yeah. So I had great fun making those, using barrels and small tape. And there's 1,200 pieces in the dreadlocks alone.
Oh gosh. So how much then do you think you use for the total build?
About 24,000 bricks, I think, in total. And the legs are solid, for instance, but the body's hollow. So the legs are nice and heavy, but the body's nice and light. But then keeping the head upright is a challenge. So, yeah.
All done with technique and just regular Lego pieces.
Yeah, absolutely.
No steel frame.
No steel frame, no glue. So a bit of good luck and cross my fingers.
Is this your first time participating with Bricktastic?
No, it's my third time. 2 years ago, I brought a minifigure scale falling water house, the American house falling water. Last year, I brought a minifigure scale Glasgow School of Art, which I had on display, and that went down really well. So this year, I thought I'd try something different. So I think I'll go back to architecture next year. Okay. But I love coming to the show. It's probably my favourite show.
So you mentioned some challenges to do this out of Lego. What was the most challenging part of this?
Trying to make organic shapes. Okay. So things like having a six-pack, it's difficult. So I used the dark green to try to create a bit of shading. And because it's dark tan, and the creature in the films is a kind of dark tan olive colour, the bricks are quite expensive because it's not a really super common colour. And as I say, the arms and the overall shape of the shoulders is quite hard to build. So I'm constantly iterating and always reworking it. I've got a few more shows this year, so by the end of the year, hopefully it'll be looking good.
And so how did you keep this arm from falling off on this side? It's just technique holding up. I see it's not attached all the way down.
No, it's I can show you actually, if you don't mind. There's a little slot in here. A small slot in here, and there's a Technic axle. So the arm's got a Technic beam that comes straight up, and the axle holds it into another part. And this is built on a platform, so it looks like it's hanging, but the platform's on top, so that the arm hangs
just down through the platform.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But it must have. I've probably smashed it 20 times, and my wife's sick of the sound of Lego smashing on the kitchen floor. So.
So did you design this all in your head? You use a computer program?
I'm probably old school. I just do it by building. I would love to use Studio. I spend my life at work on a computer. So when I build Lego, no computers. I just ground up and start and make a mistake and try again.
So where did you start this build? Did you start at the feet or what was it?
Yeah, well, I knew what I wanted to do with the head, because that's the most iconic piece. Nobody ever remembers what the feet look like. And you have to tell yourself that as you're building, because you start to get obsessed. You start to think, I need to get the knees right. I don't know what a predator's knees look like. So yeah, just literally start with the feet, make sure it was really solid, and then start making it a bit more chunky, and then build it up. And the things like the waist piece with things to hang off it, things like just little elements which key you into the shape of the figure. That's really the trick.
Right.
But yeah, trial and error is the way.
So you had to go back and watch the movies?
Of course, yeah. Many times. Yeah, lots of printouts from the internet as well, of course. Yeah.
And how did you get the turns to work on like the locks? You see, I see they're different.
Yeah. So hinge pieces.
Okay.
So an axle with a hinge piece. In fact, I'll pop one out.
D-Bets, please come to reception.
There's
D-Bets,
axle,
Dad is looking for you.
and then a hinge, and I tied it using fishing wire, fishing string, fishing line. Thank you. And then some barrels, and then just these end pieces, just to give it a little bit of flexibility.
Right. Because if they were all standing straight up like a tree would, it wouldn't
Yeah,
look right.
that's right. Yeah, exactly.
You captured that part really well.
Yeah, thank you.
And so the head, of course. Are there any other highlight pieces for you that you really proud of that you?
I had a bit of fun building the spine. So in the film, of course, they're always ripping spines out. So I had a little bit of fun building the spine. I thought, it might scare the kids a bit, but maybe the parents can. And I just thought if we could have some of his previous catches on the ground, that would be a bit of fun. So I'll try to do a bit more as well.